Okay.
That was awesome.
Yep. Hello. Hi, welcome to the Saturday Sprints Writing live stream. I am Gillian St. Kevin, and this is Jamie Sands. Together we fight crime. We're both from New Zealand, which is why this is Saturday Sprints. In case you are from elsewhere in the world and were wondering who are these people and why don't they know what day it is.
We do know the day. We're just time travelers. It's fine.
Yeah. So I write, at the moment, I'm working on Gothic romances with an LGBTQ focus. Jamie, what are you working on today?
I'm a bit torn because I want to just keep writing my secret pen name Pirates book, but I've got some really good feedback from a beta reader on my urban fantasy mystery, which means I need to do some rewrites, and I've been putting that off most of the week. So, like, is this a good chance to do some edits and rewrites?
Your urban fantasy mystery, is that the one that's been published with Rookery Press?
Rookery, yeah, so it's the sequel.
I'm so excited.
The first one is The Other Side of the Mirror. It's a detective in Auckland, a lesbian detective in Auckland, and her new non-binary partner fighting crime, but they find out magic's real. So this is the sequel, where they deal with some of the fallout from that first book.
That sounds incredible. That is a really tough choice to make. I want you to write both of them. I've actually been wrestling with what I would write today. I should be working on my book discussion scheme notes. Where's it going?
Oh, yeah, Julie. I'm non-binary, so that's why I write it.
Yep. Julie is awesome. I actually got to hang out and write with Julie in person yesterday. Julie was doing assignments, and I was plotting, but it was really a good vibe.
Awesome.
And yeah, so basically, I've read This Green and Pleasant Land, which is an amazing book, and now I have to write basically 2,500 words about it. And it's going to be a problem only writing 2,500 words about this one, honestly. But I've been putting it off. So what I've eventually decided is that I'm going to plot today, because this is a writing stream. Plot this morning, basically, and then the afternoon it will be all This Green and Pleasant Land.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
So we have Calanth Mavis, who is not from Australia, and Calanth is writing fanfic based on the movie 13, which is going to be very cool. Did you ever write fanfic, Jamie?
Yes. My only published fanfics are a fluffy supernatural one set after, I think, season 6. Spoilers for Supernatural, but there's at the end of the season, all the angels fall from heaven, and I thought it would be funny if some of them, because they've got to take human bodies, took child bodies, and Castiel brought them all to Sam and Dean to like raise. So it's called Celestial Daddy Daycare.
That sounds amazing.
And then I've got a Stucky fic up as well.
Yep. At some point, not now, we have to talk about the Good Omen sequel, but I think if we started now, we would talk all day.
Yes.
I've got a feeling that Julie will be working on coursework and Megan will still be working on her ongoing writing project. I'm looking at the chat, waiting for them to tell me I'm right or wrong. Oh my gosh, Julie, I am definitely wrong. Julie has opened a new Lego set and is building Hogwarts.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I need to rebuild my Disney Lego castle. Since we moved, it hasn't been put together, so I finally figured out a place to put it.
Oh, brilliant.
But it took me a good couple of weeks last time, so we'll see. I'm lightly disposed to it.
I thought we could kick off today's session, the first of the weekend by looking back at the week and sharing something that we've done that we're really proud of. My thing that I'm really pleased that I did was finally start the book notes for This Green and Pleasant Land. I have been procrastinating it on ages, and I only have 220 words, but it was the introduction, and I find that once I get the introduction down, I'm good for the rest of the... It's basically an essay.
Mm.
So if you've ever written an essay, you kind of know what book notes are.
What do you do them for?
The book discussion scheme. So it's a non-profit organised by the Workers' Education Association, and they basically source books for book clubs around New Zealand. So yeah, it's really cool, and it gets me reading a lot of books that are outside my comfort zone and I wouldn't otherwise read.
Awesome.
Jamie has something exciting that they've done this week.
Yeah, so I published a tabletop role-playing game. It is a book. It is a book, kind of. It's a game. I first wrote it probably 15 years ago, based on the movie Mean Girls. So the idea of the game is that you are all best friend high school girls in a clique together, but everyone's really super aware of their hierarchy, like where they are in the hierarchy of the clique, and the game is about negotiation and like social backstabbing and maneuvering. It's based on a psychology book about how teenage girls act, and I rewrote it at the end of last year so I could take it to a con. It went down really well with the people I ran it for, so I finally got it sorted out and put it up on Itch.io yesterday. I drew my own cover art because I'm a nerd. Yeah, Itch.io.
Really
I will share a link.
Awesome.
In the notes. It takes 5 people and a facilitator. It's and one of my friends who runs horror games gave me a quote to advertise it with, which is, "It's the scariest game I've ever played."
Fantastic. So while Jamie is sharing the link with us, I feel like a teacher going around the class. Who else has something they'd like to share with us?
It's all good. Can I share it in this chat that I can see in Melon? I can't post there, can I?
Oh, you can share it in there, and I can share it in the...
Oh no, I'm not a host, so I can't.
Yep, share it in the private chat, and I will cut and paste into the public chat. This is behind the scenes stuff, but basically we're streaming using a program called Melon, which has lots of lovely features, but also some quirks. And this is a quirk. So here's Jamie's game.
Yeah, it's called High School Princess.
So everyone is being very coy about their successes. Oh, yes, Julie submitted an assignment yesterday and she got our parking tickets reversed, which is a major win. But also, it's very embarrassing that we got parking tickets to start with, though they were entirely uncalled for. We were customers at the mall. We were using the mall car park. We did not leave the mall. But yeah, that was a major win. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that I think that was a major win, especially as we found out later that apparently the staff that we talk to are really hard and don't often reverse parking tickets. So we were extremely lucky. But yeah, it's annoying because Jojo Marie is not here, and Jojo is the reason I suggested we do this sort of goals recap, because she was featured in a podcast and it was quite it looks like it went really, really well.
Oh good. I haven't listened to it yet, but I saw that it had happened.
Yeah, and Megan says that just getting back into writing again and committed that time to it, that is a big achievement, Megan. It makes such a difference to be like, yep, this is my priority. Okay, let's dive on in. I am shuffling my cards. Jamie, say when. Yep,
When.
committing to time just for you, Megan, is so important. When Jamie and I eventually do our bullet journal video, I will have more to say about this. Okay, so we've got a very interesting card for today.
Okay.
So this is the devil. So as you can see, it is a goat. And I actually really like this card when I get it, because if you look really closely, look at his cheeky little grin. This is a goat who is doing something that he should not be, and he knows it.
I
He's
like
just
his fiery little feet. It's
yes.
really good.
Yeah. So in the language of the tarot, the devil sort of stands for addiction, negative behavior, and things like that.
Hedonism.
Kalanth, we generally start our live streams with a 5-minute just sort of warm-up sprint. We're using this card or anything else as inspiration. We just brain dump, write down on paper, draw, scribble, do anything for 5 minutes. Jamie's got their pen ready. And this is just to sort of warm up, stretch our creative muscles, and get us in the zone for the writing sprints to follow. So I'm setting my alarm. Oh my gosh, Megan is going to write how everything goes from perfect to ending in a shitstorm. And if you look at his cheeky little face, he does not regret turning everything into a shitstorm one bit. So, yeah, setting my alarm for 5 minutes. And we are going to go and stretch those creative muscles starting now. Awesome. Oh, I am feeling warmed up.
I got
That is
that.
something. Oh, wow. That's really good. I did not get as much written today, just this little bit here, and then this
Yep.
much. But yeah, that was good, and I think it's going to help me look deeper as I plot. Calanth has already got 270 words. Calanth, is this a new fanfic that you're starting today, or are you continuing something that you've already begun? 271 words is great either way. I'm just indulging my curiosity. I also used to write fanfic. I think the last fanfic I wrote was back in 2014 or 13, and I miss it. It's quite cool. Julie has opened and started on bag 6, did the other 5 last night. That is fantastic. I hope you're going to be sharing photos of your progress, Julie. I really look forward to this. I think it's going to be amazing. There's 37 bags. Oh, wow. How many bags were in the Disney castle?
I think it was similar. It was a lot.
So, as I tidy up my tarot cards, I'm trying to be a wee bit more organized and less chaotic. So, I am ready to dive right into our first 20-minute sprint. I'm trying a new plotting method today.
That looks pretty.
I've just come to accept that I like making things pretty. Julie's Lego set has 6,020 pieces.
Oh, okay. The Disney one only has like 4,000, so it must be smaller.
Cool. Well,
it
is probably 4,000 pieces is still probably more Lego than I have ever owned in my entire life.
It was the biggest set I'd ever bought for sure. It's heavy carrying it around.
Okay. So I have set up my timer for 20 minutes. So let's dive right in. Oh, you do not need to try hard to convert me, Julie. I would love to be a Lego person. The problem is my room is full enough as it is. I don't know where I would put it. That said, I have a niece and nephew. I can buy Lego for them. Okay. Actually, Mel's son has an amazing Lego collection. You should check out some of his builds. I was hoping that Mel might join us today, but I think weekends tend to be busy times for people with kids. But yeah.
Especially Saturday mornings, I think, if they've got any kind of sport on.
Yeah. So let's make the most of our time. I've got my timer ready. So are you up for 20 minutes, Jamie?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Let's get to work. See you in 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is our first 20-minute sprint done. And as always, the timer gave me a fright. I guess that means I was really focused.
Yeah.
How did
Well,
you
I
get
got
on, Jamie?
almost 900 words, 894. I
Excellent.
decided to do pirates because we pulled the devil card and my pirate captain is called Captain Lucifer, so I thought it was a sign. And evidently it was because that's quite a lot of words.
That is absolutely brilliant. Calanth got 278 words in their first round of mini sprints, 274 in the second one, and 107 for the next one. That is amazing.
Oh, awesome. I've heard
Megan is in
really
the
good
Sheen
things about
Twins.
Write or Die. I've never tried it myself though.
Yeah, I've heard it, but I actually I've just realized I don't know what it is really.
It's
And
like a
yeah,
game. You gamify sprints, and the more you get in there, the more you can fight monsters or level up your character or something like that. Yeah.
fantastic. I'm going to have to check that out because I love that sort of thing. So Calanth has 941 words total, which is amazing. Megan is not counting words, just scene completion, which is another really awesome thing.
Definitely.
I pretty much filled out most of this. So this is kind of the main plot beats for my first book in a new secret series. This is one main character, this is the other sort of main character. And between both of them, I think I have enough sort of figured out that I can then sort of organize these into scenes and sort of lay out the book. But I'm going to let this sit for a bit, and I am plotting out book 2
Oh wow.
just so that I get a bit of an idea where this is going. Wow. Julie has finished bag 7. You're making good progress, Julie. Um, yeah, I will. Actually, for the next sprint, I might make a blank one of these and then scan it and share it. So I will, yeah, that's going to be my project for the next sprint. And yeah, Julie sent me progress photos, and I spent a few minutes figuring out how to share my screen so that I could share those with you. Unfortunately, in order for me to do that, I have to restart Chrome, and I'm afraid that will end the sprint.
Yes, it will.
So I will. So I've set that up, and so after we finish today, I will restart my computer so that from tomorrow onwards, we will have the ability to share screens and
Nice.
share photos. So yeah, okay. So my next sprint goal is creating a template for everyone. Shall we just get straight back into it?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do
Actually,
another
yeah,
sprint on this, and then I might switch over to editing so that I've got both done, a little bit of both done.
we'll do another 20-minute sprint, and then we'll take maybe a longer break before our next, hopefully, 2 sprints.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, setting my alarm now. Okay, so that is our second 20-minute sprint. Calanth has already done 2 more words or die encounters and has 265 then 351 words. If those are both in 5 minutes, that is amazing, Calanth, and I hope you are feeling justly proud of yourself. How are you going, Jamie?
Just lost where I stopped last time. Hold on. Oh, there. Okay. Pretty good. I got 866.
Brilliant. That is really good. I have just noticed your rainbow sweater and your fingerless gloves.
Yeah, it's cold. I'm about to take these off though because I've warmed up now. And my fingers were
Fantastic.
really icy when I sat down this morning. I also want to show off. See if I can angle this right. I can just see Mochi there by the door.
Oh, I was looking for Mochi on the bed, but and we get bonus Mochi action.
Yep.
Fantastic.
She came and told me off for sitting in the chair, and then she decided that over there in the sunbeam was better anyway. So
Yep.
it's good.
You have definitely earned a break. Have a great break. You have done amazing today, and I hope you'll come back and share your fanfic with us when it's finished. Megan is trying to write a scene interwoven with a song playing in the background. That sounds very cool. Julie is filling and starting the dishwasher. And me, what have I been
She
up
had a
to?
question for her assignment.
That's right.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that's another.
Christopherson's Help Me Make It Through the Night. I will look that up sometime when I am not streaming live to YouTube because I do not want to get our writing stream copyright strike. I completed making a blank template and then I went through to use the scanner and the scanner was just like, it let me set it up completely and then I pressed the button to get it going and it's like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Scan? And just nothing happened. So I came back here, downloaded a scanning app to my phone, then was like, hang on, I could just photocopy it and then I can
Yeah.
actually work on filling it out. So I've got my blank one,
Yeah.
and then I'm doing one here where I'm just writing in what all of the various bits and pieces are.
Yeah. That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, so I'm quite enjoying this. So, Julie's question, for her assignment, she has to do a job description for someone I would employ, and the job is an author assistant. So, are you looking for, what tasks would you give your assistant? Um,
Social
Making
media.
me coffee.
Social media.
Um, yep, social media. Scheduling
Advertising.
things.
I just unload all my marketing, I think, onto an assistant.
Yeah, I would do sort of the really oh gosh, excuse me. Yeah, I would do all of the kind of really fiddly, annoying stuff like formatting the book in
Mm,
Vellum, uploading it
yes.
to Amazon.
Yeah.
Um, I'd have style guides and stuff sort of appeared
Oh
ahead
yeah.
of time so that, all of the thinking part would be done. But, like for a series, for the Read by Candlelight series, I have basically the same keywords for all of them. But, like, the Well Dressed Werewolf obviously has werewolves and shifters, whereas the Haunted Bedchamber would be an occult thriller. So I switched those out, but the bulk of the keywords, like it's historical, it's got
Mhm.
mystery elements, all of that. Updating, maintaining websites, yes.
Yeah.
Working with reader teams, yeah. Sending out arts can be fiddly, although I really like the chat I have with some of my ARC readers. Like there's a couple that I feel like we've built up a friendship over the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, I've got a couple like that too.
Um,
Um, doing stuff like in the real world, so like going to like indie bookshops and like trying to see if they'll stock my books and stuff. That would be really helpful. Like
yeah,
networking around that and like looking for opportunities. So I guess events that I could be appearing at, that kind
yeah.
of thing.
But Julie's got coordinating events, e.g., book
Oh
signings,
yeah.
designing and formatting newsletters.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I would still like to write my newsletters though, because I feel it's important that they have my voice.
Yeah.
However, I hate dealing with active campaign.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
so yep, cold calling, visiting, and
Stockers. Yeah.
stockists.
Yeah.
Um, screening reviews
Ooh.
and actually contacting people and saying, book review sites and stuff and saying,
Mm,
hey, Gillian's got a new book out. Would you like her to be a guest interview on your book
yeah.
review
Yeah.
blog or
Finding
your
all of those
podcast?
things because it takes so long to try and like scour around who's asked, who you can ask and who's not taking anyone and all that stuff.
Also, book giveaways on sites like Prolific Works and that,
Mm.
going through and finding ones that your book could fit in. Okay,
Oh
admittedly,
yeah.
that does not take very long, but then it's the follow up where you have to remember to share the giveaway with your
Yeah.
readers and on Facebook.
And it's also too like if you go and look once, it doesn't take long, but maybe there's nothing there that you can apply for, and then I just forget about it for like months and months, and I won't go back for another 6 months before I. Oh, maybe there's one that I can fit in now.
Yeah,
Regularity.
yeah.
Mm.
And also sort of maybe posting conversation starters in Facebook readers groups.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is totally self-indulgent. I want somebody to make memes involving my Read by Candlelight characters. Um, I've
Oh yeah. I could go look in the next sprint. I could. I'm not going to. I'm going to do my editing that I've been putting off. But
Yeah.
yeah, memes and stuff would be great actually, because people really engage with that in groups.
Somebody to make pretty graphics for me.
Mm, yeah,
And like I think, with websites like Canva and all of that, you wouldn't necessarily need to have an artist. I think an author assistant could do that as long as they had basic sort of design awareness, which I think you'd have to have if you're sort of marketing yourself as a social media expert slash author assistant.
is that enough to be going on with? I'm running out
Um,
of ideas, so
yep, I think creating teasers that
yeah.
might be more an author thing, because kind of when you're sitting down and working out what the heart of your story is, that's kind of when I tend to figure out what my teasers and blurbs are.
Mm, mm,
So maybe not that, but then taking those teasers and turning them into a really cool Facebook banner.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
agree with that.
Shall we take 4 minutes to
Mhm.
stand up, move around, go to the bathroom, and then kick off our next sprint at 11:20, which will give us, we will go slightly over 12 o'clock, but we can squeeze two more 20-minute sprints in.
Cool. Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay. I am going to, I'm going to mute, but I won't stop my video. It'll just
I'll be right back. We've got a Matariki celebration happening in the park community centre, like a house and a half away from us. I can hear every now and then like chanting or singing. Sounds really good. So when I
That's
go down,
really
I
awesome.
might nip over there and see if there's some nice food to get.
Sounds like a good plan. And you just reminded me, I used to teach English in Japan,
Hmm.
and one of my placements was on an island with a population of 5,000 people.
Wow.
And I lived in this concrete block, basically. There were two apartments on the downstairs, two apartments on the upstairs. It was totally ugly. Oh, we've lost Jamie, but
Jamie since joined.
it was this completely ugly building.
I
But
don't know what
next,
happened.
Melon just decided you needed to log in again, like it did to me last week.
Fair enough.
Um, but yeah, so I was living in this awful concrete block of an apartment building, but next door was the only sort of sports centre on the island, and it had this big field behind it, and in one corner there was this raised mound of dirt.
Mhm.
And I had no idea what it was. It was in the wrong place, and it was too big and square to be a pitcher's mound for baseball. Anyway, one morning I'm lying in bed. It's about 10 o'clock or something on a Saturday, and I am being lazy and just lying around in my pajamas.
Mhm.
And I hear shouts and stuff coming from the park. So I open my window, and like on this mound, like maybe 3 meters away from me, they're having a sumo match.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. And
Amazing.
this was all of the little kids. They were doing it from the younger ages all the way up.
Yeah.
So it was a bunch of 7-year-olds in like oversized diapers pushing each other around.
Incredible.
Yeah, and there I am. So there's this huge crowd of parents and grandparents and competitors, and also the priest from the local Shinto shrine, because
Yeah.
sumo is a big Shinto thing. And there I am in my pajamas in my window.
It's fine.
I closed my curtains and tried quietly to pretend I wasn't there. But yeah,
Just wanted to show you when I got up to leave that Mochi was sprawled on the floor,
oh,
holding on to the door with her front paws for some reason.
oh, that is well done, Muchie. Okay, let's start our 20-minute sprint. We are a little bit late, but still productive.
Yeah.
Okay, starting now.
Oh dear.
Hi, Julie's 5-year-old. We are real life YouTubers who know your mum. Oh, Jamie, are you going to the RWNZ conference this year?
I haven't planned on it, no.
Darn.
Not quite
For some
earning
reason,
enough at the moment.
I thought I saw your name pop up when I was still membership secretary. All of the conference registrations came to my inbox.
Yep.
So I must have seen your name somewhere else. But
Yeah.
basically, Julie's going, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys could meet in person. But we'll have to wait for
At
another
this stage,
time.
I'm not. If I suddenly earn a whole lot more from contracting, maybe I would change my mind. But like, I'm not having any trouble with motivation or anything at the moment. So it's usually what I use those for.
Actually, Megan, I have considered that years ago, decided against it, but I'm actually sort of when you ask that question now, my gut reaction was like, no, that's not too much work. My gut reaction was, actually, that would be cool. But we're supposed to be sprinting now, so let's
distractions.
Yeah. Okay, so that's another 20 minutes. So I have filled out my explanation half of my plot wheel,
Mhm.
and I'm planning to fill this one in as an example, and I can't decide whether I should make up a story or use one that people might be more familiar with. But yeah, so I'm just having a little think about that. How did you get on, Jamie?
Really good. I got getting an echo back from myself. Interesting. Really good. I got through a few of the big edits. I've just got I think four more bits to do, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's amazing how
So
much I like off editing.
while you do that, I will read out Julie's latest assignment question. As an author, what contractors might you require, even if it's something you can do yourself? So far, she has developmental editor, copy editor, proofreader, beta read team, art team, typesetter, cover designer, and of course, author assistant. I've added a sensitivity reader, a narrator for audiobooks,
Yeah.
a translator, and if you're not fluent in whatever language you're having your book translated into, then someone who can market for you, and
Yeah.
that would be something that I'd be sort of the people who've done it successfully sell foreign rights rather than do it themselves. But which actually means maybe you'd want a copyright lawyer just to kind of check over those contracts and stuff for you, and an accountant.
Yeah, shit. Accountant is useful. I hire an accountant. Um I mean that feels like everything covered. I'm sure I'll
Publicity
figure something in
agent,
3 hours.
uh, personal chef. Um,
General go
possibly,
to do all the errands and life admin so I can write.
yeah. Um, possibly, if you were researching something that was really in depth, like interviewing, maybe getting an expert to not beta read, but what am I talking about? Like,
A researcher. I've outsourced research before
oh, brilliant. Yeah, a
because
research assistant.
I've got a friend who really loves just looking up random things and learning all they can about it, and I'm terrible at that. I can't stand research. So I'm like, okay, here, go find out these things if you can. And they came back to me a couple of weeks later and was like, well, this is what I found. I was like, cool.
That sounds fantastic. Yeah, Julie says a nanny and housekeeper. I would agree with that.
Housekeeper. Oh god, yeah.
Megan has been seeking for a piece she wrote ages ago that got lost. Were you able to find it, Megan, or are you still seeking? Um, technical person, like, if your Mac isn't behaving, or
IT support.
yeah,
Yeah. Do we have printer in there? Like
no, but
someone
printer is a good one. Yeah,
books.co.nz, for example. I outsource all of that.
yeah. You just reminded me of one. What was it? Customer service. So
Mm.
if your customers, if your readers are like mine, sometimes they have a Kindle and you give them a free Mobi and they cannot figure out how to get it onto their Kindle. And yeah,
I do
web
all of that
developers a good one.
through Prolific Works, and it gives them the instructions through there, so I don't have to.
Yeah. So
Oh,
this
but
is
does that count?
controversial.
Outsourcing to something like Prolific Works to do giveaways
Yeah,
and newsletter providers and like King Sumo, where you can run competitions through. You don't have to
Yeah.
do any of it because it's out. They do it.
Yeah,
Gosh, I'm
so
confused.
this is controversial. I would not do this myself, but some authors employ ghostwriters. They come up with the plot and the characters and then tell somebody what they write. I've actually worked as a ghostwriter and it is fun, but it's not something I want to do long term,
Mm.
which is why I don't do it anymore.
My problem is always finding time to write all of my ideas, so I don't want to have to write other people's ideas.
That is the exact problem I had. What I did do that was really fun was I was a plot doctor for a bit. So there was this romance writer who employed me. She's like, okay, here are my characters. This is vaguely what I want, but I've got no idea how to make this happen. I was like, okay, so you've got this is your heroine's sphere. What of this? And I basically came up with a plot for her, and she was like, oh, this is cool, but I want more of this. I'm like, okay. And it was like a plot coach. It was actually really fun. All the fun part of writing without actually sitting down and doing the hard work.
Oh, you just reminded me something else is not developmental editors, but someone who'll go through and make a series Bible for you. A friend of mine
Yeah.
has been paid to do that before. You just have to read all the books and assemble all the stuff, like, you know, this person looks like this and this thing does this and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Another thing I'm terrible at.
If you wanted to have like an author tube presence,
Mm,
you could employ somebody to edit your videos and make them all
yes.
nice and
And if you have
fancy.
podcasts, you can hire podcast editors as well. I
Yeah.
technically do have a podcast, but I haven't updated it in a long time.
I was actually wondering how these writing sprints, if they could translate to a podcast
Hmm.
for that.
I
But
wonder.
I'm too lazy to do anything about it.
I could
I
have a
have
think
lots
about
of
that. That's
ideas, but
interesting.
don't do that.
I wonder.
I guess series organizer,
Yep.
series Bible creator,
Yeah.
scribe,
Archivist.
archivist. Oh, I like that. Tease read videos. Yes. Oh, Megan has reminded me. I am I keep intending to read a chapter of my newest release, which is The Heir of Westmacott Hall, out last Saturday. Um, but Jamie, this is we could. Do you want to do sometime like an evening maybe during the week instead of writing? It is we read something of our work.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love that.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Um,
this week because I'm going to Wellington on Tuesday and not coming out till Friday, so I'll be out of a hotel room. But
yeah. I also agree not this week because woke up this morning and my throat is really sore.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
So it is 11:51. We have been super chatty. Shall we do our final sprint 10 minutes?
10 minutes sounds good.
Okay. Julie, that should hopefully give you enough time to note down everything we've thought of.
One more thing. I know that YouTubers and people who use TikTok and can afford it hire someone to caption for them. So they make the video and then someone goes
Oh,
through, listens to everything, and adds the captions.
yeah. Actually, under web design, so you've got web design, but you've also got SEO, search engine optimization, and part of their role is also making sure your website is accessible, and that includes things like putting descriptions with pictures in the alt text, so that if somebody is vision impaired, when your site and using software to read your site out loud to them, that they know what your images are doing, basically.
Well chatted.
Yeah. Okay. 10 minutes. Let's go. Okay. Ooh.
I spent most of that fighting with formatting on Word, so that's fun.
Oh, I hate Word. I mean, it is a useful evil, but a necessary evil. But yeah, it can be really not kind to its users sometimes.
I'm used to doing everything in Google Docs and then just downloading it into Word as the last thing. But my beta reader downloaded it into Word and sent me track changes in Word, and so I
Yeah.
had to use it. And now it's like hidden all my chapter headings, and it's fine. It's fine. I'm really smart.
I have been creating an example story using the plot well about a guy who is phobic of snakes and the snake enthusiast with an emotional support snake that he falls in love with.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what I think I will do is I will actually record a video kind of talking through what all this nonsense is and upload that and include a link to a PDF of this once I figure it out and get the scanner cooperating with me.
Sounds good.
So yeah, look out for that either on Facebook or on Discord. And we
We got
will
everyone
be.
here on the Discord. It hasn't been super busy, but we do.
Yep, I actually completely forgot to share our
So did I.
streams today in the Discord. Whoops. But yeah, this has been a really good, productive morning. I have had fun. Julie needs an invite to the Discord server. I'm going to let Jamie do that because they are the Discord wizard. But yeah, basically, you can keep up with when we do these streams either on Facebook by following myself or Jamie. Links below. I'm doing the links below thing.
I'm just
We are
copying it
proper
into our
YouTubers.
private chat so you can put it in the chat, but I'll put it in the final YouTube video as well.
Perfect.
It's just like a chat format, chat forum Discord. So a bunch of us who are regulars on this thing go in there. The last thing in there was the Marble Hornets video that I talked about last week.
Yeah. If you are following me on Facebook, which you are, Megan, you will pretty much get everything we put on the Discord. So that is all good.
But we wanted
It's
to do
just
some polls and stuff on like having 2 of these in one day or midweek or.
Thank you. Yes. So before everyone runs away, we have some thoughts to run by you. Would you be interested in doing maybe 2 Saturday streams, or would another stream at some point during the week be of interest to people? Now, we're not talking about this coming week or this weekend that we're in now. We're just sort of putting out feelers to see how people feel about these streams, what's working, what isn't. And yeah, just asking for feedback and thoughts.
We want to improve.
Yeah, we want these to be useful to people because it is really nice sitting here and getting some work done. But when we having people along for the ride with us and looking at the chat and seeing how well you're doing really gives us a boost. So Megan's asking for a mix of day and time, and that would actually be quite fun. So we've got the maybe Saturday and Sunday ones at a set time, but then a roving magical mystery sprint.
I'd love that. Magical mystery sprint. Cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
But we'll ask again in the Discord because there's some other people who didn't obviously didn't make it today.
And we'll ask again on tomorrow's sprint. Yep. So Megan, I know you are busy tomorrow morning, but for everyone else who would like to join us, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Awesome.
My throat is really annoying me, so I'm going to say
Lemon and
goodbye
honey.
now. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we've
Happy
got a
Saturday,
beautiful lemon tree outside our window. Unfortunately, I think I've had so many colds this year, I've already gone through most of the lemons.
These things happen.
Yeah. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Hopefully, we will see some of you tomorrow. Get all the words written, and yes, have a great day.
See you later.
Bye. Now, okay, end stream. I found it.